Hello, welcome or welcome back. Today I am talking about how to set yourself up to create anything that you want to experience in this wonderful reality using the powerful I am statement, which Neville talks a lot about in The Complete Reader. And I also have something special I want to share with you, so stick around. My name is Hedley Derenzie. I am a qualified life coach and author. I am also super passionate about the amazing teachings of the Law of Assumption as originally taught by the wonderful Neville Goddard. It is the stories we tell that create our life. So if you want to change your life, then you need to change the story. And if you want to create the most amazing life, then you need to know how to tell the most amazing stories. And that's where the Law of Assumption can help. Since discovering these teachings, I'm now telling myself much better stories, and I want to help you to do the same. If you would like further support with this, I am available for one-to-one coaching. Those details are in the box below, and I have a lovely new website that I've been working on while I was visiting family. So you can check that out. All those details are in the box below. Or if you just want to stay connected on Instagram, that's where I am. Those details are below as well. So check those out. And I think that's it. So let's get started. Okay, so today I am talking about how to set yourself up to create everything and anything that you might want to experience in this wonderful 3D holographic experience that we call reality. I haven't done a lot on self-concept, and I want to do a lot more because self-concept, which is essentially the stories that we're telling ourselves, the stories about ourselves we're holding in our consciousness, whether we're conscious of it or not, that is the foundation for what is getting reflected back in reality. We'll have a different self-concept in different areas of our life, but across the board there'll be some general stories that we're telling. These stories are often stories we're not conscious of because they were embedded in our consciousness before we were conscious. So while we were even going all the way back to our mother's womb, those, I'm going to say stories or those assumptions that we have about the world, which were made simply without our conscious intention or awareness, could still be running, and most likely is still running in most of us. So if you're here listening to these videos, there's a reason why you're searching for answers and wanting to change things, and perhaps parts of your reality aren't what you'd like it to be. What we need to do is to create a really solid foundation for our creative experience going forward, because what we like, the stories that we have about ourselves, if we're wanting to create something but we're not believing that we're worthy of deserving of it, those stories which are embedded, the stories we have about ourselves, will override that which we want to experience. So we want to get in alignment first with the stories that we're telling about ourselves, and then the stories that we're telling about everything else in our life, including what it is that we want to experience. So what I did while I was in Sydney visiting my family, as you can see, I'm now home, which is great. So while I was down in Sydney, I actually did quite a lot of work, because what I wanted to do was I wanted to create something that people could do that would help set them up to create what it is that they want to create. And I know for myself, the biggest change in my life that I've made thanks to these teachings is the work that I've done on my self-concept. And I work on this every day. Every morning I have a little routine where I get up and I say my affirmations. I've actually created a poem, because I was a poet before I was a writer. Like, I was writing poetry when I was a little girl. I loved rhyming words together. I loved the rhythm and the way they sounded when they all kind of sounded the same. So I created a poem that works for me, and I say that every morning when I wake up, just to remind myself of who I am and the story that I want to tell about myself. Thanks to these teachings, I'm now telling myself better stories using the powerful I am statements, which I will talk about in a second. But I did create this program. It is completely free, and I've created a new website, so you can check that out. It's called youaretheone.com.au. The program that I've created is called the Set Yourself Up with the Ultimate Self-Concept course, and it's a 21-day program, and each day has a statement, so an affirmation using the I am statements, which, as I said, I'll talk about in a second. It's a different statement for every day for those 21 days, and there are just a couple of things that you need to do to engage your imagination around each statement. By doing that, they do say that it takes whoever they are, it's said, perhaps research said it, I don't know, but that there's a general assumption that it takes 21 days to form a new habit. So I just assumed that it would take 21 days to form a new story as well. I just figured that works, so let's go with it. So I've created this course for you for free so that you can set yourself up with the ultimate self-concept from which provides a really solid foundation for you to feel really strong and powerful and worthy and deserving of all that you might want to experience in this beautiful reality, because that's really key. If you don't believe you're worthy and deserving of what it is that you want to experience, you'll be constantly bumping up against your reality. You want this thing and yet you don't feel worthy or deserving of it. So what we need to do is we really need to get that self-concept super strong, feeling really good and positive about yourself and who you are, and knowing that you are the creator of your reality. That's really key as well. Knowing that you are the one who is influencing and causing the experiences that you're having in reality based on what's going on in your consciousness. So we want to get everything in alignment, and it really starts with self-concept. Your self-concept is the assumptions that you have made about yourself as to who you are, and the assumptions that you've made about others and how they see you as well. So they will just be reflecting back the stories that you have about yourself. You might have heard me speak about my story in some of my other videos where I have a really strong self-concept in some areas in my life, but when it has come to intimate relationships in the past, because I'm now affirming a new story, I've had a not so great story about myself, which has been born of experiences that I experienced all the way back to when I was in my mother's womb and my dad was doing what he was doing. So we pick all of this stuff up, not knowing that that's what's going on. We're not even conscious of it at that point, but we are all consciousness. Consciousness is the one and only reality. That is who we are at our core. That is what's creating the experiences we're having in reality. So we're picking up those stories are running in consciousness before we're even conscious of what even a story is or who we are. That's why as an adult, now that we have full capacity of this amazing physical instrument and consciousness, we can actually go back. We can revise any unpleasant, unfavorable situations, circumstances, even back in the womb. I've been doing quite a lot of that lately. I'll do another video on that later. But we can also change the story that we have about ourselves. And you might not even know what story you have about yourself. But I would guess, and certainly in my work as a coach, like many years ago when I first started coaching, I got my qualification in 2005. So I was coaching a lot back then, and then I was a writer I went writing full time in 2012, and then I've come back to coaching. So I've kind of had a long relationship with coaching, and certainly in my experiences as a coach, generally most people that I've come across have a story on some level of unworthiness and not deserving, just a really negative, shitty self-concept, which is through no fault of anybody. This is not about fault or blame of anyone, but it's a really just assuming, like, if your reality is not favorable, it's not what you would like it to be, there probably is a little bit of a negative self-concept going. So we don't even need to know what it is or where it came from. We can just simply change it. So that's what I've done with this course. It is called the 21 Days to Set Yourself Up with the Ultimate Self-Concept course. It is free, and you can download it on my new website, youaretheone.com.au, and those details are in the comment box of this video. And I just wanted to touch on the power of the I am statements. In fact, I think we're kind of out of time. So what I might do is I'm going to save this for the next video. Otherwise, that just gets too long and we tune out. Okay, that's all for now. Thank you for listening. Please remember that you are the creators of your reality. You are the superstar of your show. You are the producer, the writer, the director, and the actor of your movie. Whatever you assume to be true will be so. So assume the best for you, assume the best for everyone in your movie too, and you will have an amazing life. And this is my wish for you. Thank you for listening. If you found this video useful, please feel free to share with family and friends. Please also feel free to comment. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I'd love to have you, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks so much. Bye.